And this is an account of the misadventures on part of Pakistan yesterday.
Absolutely. In fact, it's the Ministry of Defence that has put out this particular press release. It's titled, Pakistan's bid to escalate negated, proportionate response by India. And Shinja is also with us. Shinja, you can also come in over here and, just tell us, because very clearly what has been stated here by the Ministry of Defence is that they have stated that yesterday, that is the 7th of May, India called its response as focused, measured and non-escalatory. It was specifically mentioned that Pakistani military establishments had not been targeted, reiterated that any attack on military targets in India will invite a suitable response. On the 9th of the 7th and 8th of May, Pakistan attempted to engage a number of military targets in northern and western India, including Avantipura, Srinagar, Jammu, Pathankot, Amritsar, Kapurthala, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, Adampur, Bhatinda, Chandigarh, Nal, Falodi, Uttarlai and Bhuj using drones and missiles. This is very important because it's not one or two but multiple states where in fact these attempts have been made by Pakistan using drones and missiles. They were neutralized by the integrated counter-UAS grid and the air defense systems. The debris of these attacks is now being recovered from a number of locations that prove the Pakistani attacks. This morning, Indian Armed Forces targeted the air defense radars and systems at a number of locations in Pakistan. Indian response has been in the same domain with the same intensity as Pakistan, and therefore they've gone on to say it has been reliably learned that an air defense system at Lahore has been neutralized. They've also gone on to say that Pakistan has increased the intensity of its unprovoked firing across the line of control using mortars, heavy caliber artillery in areas of Kupwara, Baramulla, Uri, Pooch, Medan, Rajouri sectors in Jammu Kashmir. 16 innocent lives have been lost, including 3 women and 5 children, due to Pakistan firing here too. India was compelled to respond to bring mortar and artillery fire from Pakistan to a halt. Indian Armed Forces reiterate their commitment to non-escalation, provided it's respected by the Pakistani army. Shinjoy, massive development. This is a huge escalation, a huge provocation by Pakistan, and India has ensured that this does not go unanswered.
Yes, first of all, Madhav, the important point to note is that this is exactly what Pakistan tried after the Balakot attack. You remember?
Absolutely.
There were attacks after the Balakot attack. Pakistan tried, they sent their Air Force and an F-16 was shot down. This time they have not sent the Air Force. Madhav, they have sent, as you rightly said, they have sent what is called a drone, an armed drone, and they attacked all these air bases along the very close to the line of control and the IB. They are in Kashmir, they are in Punjab, they are in Gujarat, and these are all of the Western and Southwestern Air Command. The air forces have been attacked, the air force bases have been attacked, and as a result, the Indian armed forces made it very clear that something had to be done, and something had to be done immediately.
But Shinjo,
which is why
because Indian response has been very measured. We have not gone overboard. Look at the number of locations coming in from where Pakistan has fired. India has only attacked one particular air defense radar and a number of systems, a number of locations in Pakistan.
In Lahore. The point is, the air defense system has actually been destroyed. And when you destroy an air defense system, it means it gives the Indian Air Force ability, Madhav, to strike again at terror camps into Pakistan and POK without any worry about even being picked up. Forget about being targeted.
Right. Srinjoy and Madhav, stay on with us. Let me also bring in Rishabh. Extremely important details in the press briefing. This clears the air and the confusion as well, Rishabh. The second para is about what Pakistan attempted to do to engage a number of military targets. But look at the third paragraph. Most important, today morning, Indian Armed Forces targeted air defense radars and systems at a number of locations in Pakistan.
Well, definitely, Swati. If we talk about this press release, we were just speaking to a few of the members of MOD and armed forces as well. And what we're given to understand here, that it was not only the military establishments that have been attacked, but it like that few civilian, targets were also there that were throttled by the air defense system. India has struck back. India has ensured that the intensity with which Pakistan has escalated this whole issue after India struck the terror launch pads and terror addresses in Pakistan and POK, India has responded with the same intensity. India confirms that India has neutralized the air defense system in Lahore as well. Remember, since morning there have been many information, or for that matter misinformation, coming in from DGISPR Pakistan, where he talks about how 12 Indian drones have been neutralized and whatnot. But now what we are given to understand that the debris that we have seen in Hoshiarpur, in Amritsar or other bordering areas, they were all basically incoming missiles from Pakistan that have been neutralized India's air defense. And also what we now can confirm to our viewers, that not only military establishment but certain civilian establishments were also targeted by Pakistan. So in a way, Pakistan had escalated to a point where there is no return.
Absolutely,
India has responded,
Pakistan has
and
escalated this to an extent where they're targeting civilians when Indian armed forces have only used, precision strikes to target terror camps. Swati has more on this. Swati?
Well, absolutely. I believe we'll play out some visuals here on the big screen, but like I was highlighting earlier in my conversation with Rishabh, look at the details part of the press brief, extremely important. So India has retaliated, and Indian response has been in the same domain and same intensity as Pakistan. Look at these visuals. Here are Pakistani citizens capturing this on their phone. This is the precision with which India has struck and has also taken responsibility for in the press briefing, the details that we are just discussing, that today morning Indian Armed Forces targeted the air defense radars and systems at a number of locations in Pakistan, because Pakistan resorted to trying to engage our military establishments. That's what the press briefing says. It was an attempt to engage a number of military targets in northern and western India. That includes Gujarat, Punjab, that includes Jammu and Kashmir as well. And this is our retaliation. So if Pakistan was under any sort of confusion, or if the world was under any sort of confusion as to what's happening in Pakistan, what India did, India has taken a responsibility for. Triya.
Absolutely. Those visuals, of course, from Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, Pranesh, let me come to you. You know, the fact that first terror camps were targeted, now the radar systems have been completely destroyed by the Indian Air Force, goes on to reflect the kind of strategy and a very